Markets are nervous right now and Bitcoin is struggling. So what are we going to see for Bitcoin here? Are we going to see a bigger pullback in the near future? Let's jump into it in this video. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Follow me on X as well if you are watching over there, and let's get into our video here. So Bitcoin is nervous right now. Riskier assets are having not such a good day. Stocks are falling as well. And really what it comes down to is FOMC and interest rate decision is happening tomorrow. We're expecting to see Jerome Powell get up and speak, and he's going to talk about how he feels about the market, how he feels about inflation, and really all eyes are going to be on him to determine if he's more hawkish or if he's dovish, how he's feeling about inflation, and how it's going to look down the road for potential interest rate cuts. Hopefully the Fed will ease some of its policy restrictions. However, we're not sure where this is headed, and that's what's causing a lot of this instability in the markets right now. So Bitcoin pulls back. Markets are nervous ahead of the Fed meeting. Like I mentioned, today Bitcoin is down about 3.5% over the past 24 hours. Many other altcoins, bigger altcoins such as Solana, Ethereum, XRP are having moderately higher losses. NASDAQ down 1.7, S&P 500 down 1.1. Now the Fed FOMC committee began its meeting today in the two-day policy meeting with results, and Chairman Jerome Powell's post-meeting press conference is going to be happening tomorrow, and it's going to be happening usually about 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. I'm going to try and do a live stream tomorrow for that. Hopefully I'll have some time to do that, and maybe we could have like a little bit of a watch party, count how many times he says the data, and make fun of his hair maybe or something. I don't know. I'm just kidding, but obviously we'll be paying attention to seeing what terminology he uses and how he uses it. Really, he's a hard person to read, but sometimes he lets things out that kind of give us a little bit of an indication of what he's thinking. So no one's expecting a change in interest rates. However, traders are going to be looking for signs that the Fed is perhaps turning into a more dovish approach. Now, nervousness is happening. The Fed might not yet be ready to ease policy. So, having interest rates kind of stay for the next little bit could, obviously a rise would be, almost catastrophic for the market right now. But there's a ton of pressure from President Trump to cut rates, and I know Powell said that he doesn't take outside influence into consideration in his monetary policy. So obviously they're bunting heads there, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. Now, according to CME FedWatch, rate traders today see no change in the Fed cuts tomorrow, and about a 20% chance that the central bank eases at its next meeting in May. June, there's a possibility of a 66% chance the Fed will cut. So we'll obviously have to wait and see. Now, let's jump over. We're going to take a look at some Bitcoin technical analysis. Now, this is what I feel is most likely going to happen here. However, I just wanted to start by saying that Bitcoin during FOMC meetings, volatile, right? We're probably going to see it run up, and then we're going to see it probably come down a lot. So the Bollinger Bands right now are showing a bearish signal for Bitcoin. If you look at the Bitcoin USDT chart from Binance on the day time frame, it looks like Bitcoin might be heading down. Now, it's showing Bitcoin's price has fallen below the middle band, generally a 20-day moving average, and it's also struggled to reclaim it. We can see that band between the 85 and the 78K range. Bitcoin's inability to break above it strengthens the bearish view, and we can see how many times it's actually let me just change my view here for you guys so you can kind of see it a little bit better. There we go. So yeah, the band, like I said, between 85 and 78, so it's having trouble breaking out of that 85K mark. We can see that in this right here. So this is basically where that 85K mark is, and we keep coming up and getting close to it, but we're just not able to break through. And if you look closely, you'll see that every time Bitcoin tries to get back into the middle Bollinger Band around the 85K mark, it's fallen short. Now, it's more likely to dip towards the lower band near 78K if we're not able to get out of this zone. So, and really what it comes down to is a ton of, instability in the market, and, people are just a little bit scared right now. So we can see Bitcoin's riding around 82.1 right now. It's kind of flip-flopping. It's been down into the 81-ish and change area, but we're down still almost 3% in the last 24 hours. So expect some volatility over the next couple of days, and stay tuned. Hopefully I will have a live stream tomorrow. We'll watch the FOMC meeting and see if we can kind of get a read on Jerome Powell's stance on how things are going with inflation. But obviously we'll have to wait and see what happens here. So I just want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Really appreciate each and every one of you, and hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day. Catch you later. Peace.